state-of-the-art technologies, innovative business strategies, behind the scenes, insights from cutting-edge users around the globe on World Business Review.
Due to a supply shortfall and increased global demand for copper, the price of this material has dramatically increased. Augusta Resource Corporation is working to produce a secure and stable domestic supply.
Expanding global need for natural resources will impact domestic supply over the coming decades. Augusta's Rosemont Copper project will produce and secure 5 to 10% of U.S. copper requirements.
The resource at Rosemont is extremely significant, not just for the size of the resource, over 7 billion pounds of copper, but from a local perspective, it means a huge amount of jobs in this area. From a state perspective, it is significant in terms of copper production from Arizona, which has about 60% of the U.S. copper production coming from Arizona.
The possibility of fast-tracking a domestic property into an operating mine is exciting. As the price of copper increases, so does the potential developing a strategic domestic asset.
Most exciting aspect of this development is to integrate new technology with society's needs for minerals and integrating that with the history of the ranching and mining that's occurred here in the past. And being able to use new environmental protection, water conservation, energy conservation, and new reclamation technologies.
The Rosemont mine plan takes a best practice approach to process technology. It uses cutting-edge water, energy, and conservation techniques, including integrated reclamation, a positive water balance, and the elimination of conventional tailings pond.
The local community is actually made up of many different local communities. There's a local community who wants jobs. There's a local community that wants a place to look at as they drive by on Highway 83 on their Sunday drives. There's a local community that wants just to know that all places are taken care of and managed properly. What we've tried to do is integrate those needs as best we can with the larger community, the national community that expects and needs minerals for ways of life.
As new uses for materials such as copper continue to increase in an attempt to improve energy efficiency, the demand for such naturally occurring materials is showing no signs of decreasing.
We produced about 1.2 million tons of copper in the United States last year, but we used twice that amount. So we produce about 8% of the world's copper and we consume 16% of the world's copper. China 10 years ago only used 10% of the world's copper, and last year they accounted for 23% of the world's copper consumption, and that number is probably only going to increase because they're going to more electronics, they're going to more energy production and distribution in these countries, and all of those things require a lot of copper.
Much preparation and background research is needed for successful mine planning. Augusta has initiated a research grant to select methods for native plant revegetation prior to mine construction.
This grant is important to me because I think it helps bridge the gap between practice in industry and bringing value to society, because we're setting this up as a rigorous scientific trial, and that'll allow peer-reviewed publication, and it should get much broader publication than it would otherwise if we just did it strictly as mine trial.
The Rosemont project provides the opportunity to reduce American dependence on imported metal. The Rosemont mine stands to become one of the top 5 producing copper mines in the United States. For World Business Review, I'm Christopher Thomas.